Okay, Kim, just some general comments about the game. I know you probably weren't too pleased with the way y'all finished, but the start was probably out there with some of your better
Well,
performances.
you scored more points in the first quarter than you have all year. Your defensive pressure is outstanding. You're playing against a team that has a kid that's in the top 10 statistically with 3 points. It was an outstanding start. And I did things as a coach that I've been taught not to do. I substituted freely, and in the second half, it bit me. And I'll start with me first, but I'm also going to challenge them. That first group handed them minutes is what they did. That should have been a 40-point victory, and it ends up being a 26 or whatever it is. Understand, people won't understand my frustration right now, but that group, a bunch of them that got minutes, kept turning the ball over, taking bad shots, not guarding anybody. So it's a teaching moment. And I guess it's probably good because we're getting ready to go play two teams that can beat you. And so maybe this is a wake-up call for some of them, or it's a wake-up call for me. Some of them may not see the floor again.
Coach, just two quick ones. One, just Hannah Guster's not available today.
Hannah Guster's, I was waiting for y'all to ask me after the last game, and nobody recognized it. So that was flooring to me. Hannah Guster's is suspended indefinitely until I decide when she will come back.
And even with her out, the Bradley coach was talking about the rebounding for you guys today
Well,
was fantastic.
don't write the article about my frustration. Let's make it about Faustine. Faustine had one of her better games. That kid got like 9 offensive boards. She finished shots. She came out of the tip-off, out of the gates, ready to play. And she and Autumn both had double-digit rebounds. And you want to get them off the floor and you want to rest them. And I did that. And then it just got sloppy from there. So it was good to see her. She made, 7 of 10 shots from the field. So she had an outstanding day. Speaking of her, you can ask her.
Sorry, the door was locked.
Yeah.
Speak her name and she appears. Cam, quick, obviously Hannah is still a member of the team.
Yes,
Okay.
today.
Right.
Today, but she is suspended indefinitely, and we miss her, and but we're still pretty good without her, and that just gives opportunities for other people to play. I don't know when I will have her back. That's years of coaching and years of thinking and years of just doing the right thing and being fair.
Secondly, big picture-wise, maybe you're not thrilled about some aspects of this game, but could you have hoped to be much better than the 9-1 at this point? I mean, really, you guys have gotten off to about as good a start as you could have hoped
Well,
for.
Scott, I wanted to go in that locker room and I wanted to talk about you just won as many games as you won all of last year. But I just kind of didn't get to that after the game. It was just too many hard-nosed teaching moments. But yes, I did tell them the beginning of the game on my coaching board, you have an opportunity today to win as many games as you won all of last year. That's one of those little milestones. I will also tell them the next game you have an opportunity to win more than you won last year. So, yes, pleased. Absolutely, you're pleased. The only thing you could be at better is if you had not lost to Florida Gulf Coast. But, yes, you're pleased.
Faustine, did you eat your Wheaties today, or you came out, like Kim said, really fired up and ready?
Oh yeah, it's just some things I've been working on, layups. I have a couple rough games, these past couple games, and my coach and my teammates been giving me the confidence and still believing in me to make those shots. And today I was just feeling good, and the first one went in, so it was just rolling from there.
And Ryan, the Bradley coach said that she was kind of surprised at how shell-shocked her team was to come out. Did y'all come out? Did you feel an aggressiveness that's been ramping up?
Oh, sure, especially with the first quarter, Coach emphasizes us coming out with a bang, and I think the first group definitely did a really good job in coming out, hard, and they gave us a really big lead for the bench to come in. So I think that's one of the best things that is good for us is coming out hard. So for the rest of the game, we don't have to, work as much to stay in it.
Coach, this is maybe I got another two-parter, sorry. I got one for you maybe, and Ryan can maybe answer this. The transition offense seems very efficient right now, especially when you're playing so many guards in and out. Can you just speak to the evolution of it, how it's so easy to get so fluid and in and out with easy buckets at the end? And the second part is Jalen Cherry. I know you had mentioned she's more comfortable now, just as a player. Saw that tonight with her kind of getting back to form. What's her evolution like?
Well, they can probably answer both those questions better than I can, having played here in the last couple of years, but I'm just going to answer it. I don't ever want to coach a team where we walk the ball up the floor. It's an entertaining sport. I want to run, and I want to make our post players run. I've had post players that aren't as fast. They're back to the basket post, but I still make them run. I have coached athletic post players who could play anywhere on the floor. But if you have guards as quick as we have, and I'm not just talking about the three that start. This kid was a starter when Cherry was out. She could be a starter any day. Just have a rotation. And when you rotate in, utilize what they do. They can push the ball up the floor as good as anybody. They can defend on ball as good as anybody. And then you just tell them, get the rebound and let's go. You basically have all point guards out there. With the exception of Cherry, all of them can be just a true point guard at any college. And so let's get it and let's go, fill a lane and let's run. I think I can't answer if they ran that much in the past. I just know that we're scoring 78 points a game, and I think they averaged 60-something last year. Is that because of transition? I hope it is. I hope it is.
Got time for a couple more questions, guys. Ryan, looking at the defensive side of the ball, y'all forced 27 turnovers. What does that say about y'all's perimeter defense? And I mean, the way y'all can kind of rotate guards and stay fresh and just keep that ball pressure going.
From a guard standpoint, well, speaking on me and my teammates, we just love to get after it. We love to play defense, and defense leads to better offense. So especially with our transition game, we're doing numbers and we're going hard in transition. We're efficient. We're way more efficient this year than last year. So I'd say defense is one of our prime. It's just our best thing. And I think more games we play, we're getting more and more efficient at it. And in practice too, we put a huge emphasis on it. And yeah, we just love to get after it.
Yeah, Kim, can you give us a preview of what y'all are going into West Palm Beach?
Well, ideally, I don't want to go play on the road before Christmas. The biggest thing right now is keeping them focused. It's not the court. It's got to keep them focused. Are they thinking about going home? Are they thinking about what they're going to buy people for Christmas? That is always when people get upset. So we've got to keep their attention on the games at hand. With Clemson, I can tell you about them because they're next team up. You better get back in transition defense, and you better be able to defend the dribble penetration. Now, I will do more on the plane, and when we get there tomorrow and practice on Texas Tech, but I know a lot about them having been in the Big 12. They have one of the good players in the country in Vivian Gray, and she's used her COVID year to come back. She transferred there from Oklahoma State. She's an all-conference, undersized post player, tough as nails, and they have the coach's daughter who runs a point for them, Krista Gerlich's daughter. She has new players, but I just need to watch more film on them, and we'll do our scouting report on them. We've already done it on Clemson.
And let me ask Faustine, how do you feel about going into that based on what y'all have done since you came back from exams?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. We're still locked in. We're still focused. I'm making sure of that. Just coming in and going to Florida and just staying prepared. We have two great teams ahead of us, and we just got to stay locked in and do what we need to do to win those games and come back 2-0.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.